Well, it's the 1st of December, and I thought I'd do the next few hymns and prayers as carols and prayers. So, taking the first one, I'm running with While Shepherds Watched Their Flocks by Night, written by Nathan Teate. He was born as, which is either T8 or Teat. He was born in Dublin, came to England, changed his name to Nathan Tate, according to at least two different sources. One is that he spent a futile pursuit of popular favour, and in other he was intemperate and improvident. Poor fellow, he's going to live with that for the rest of eternity. And he became eventually poet laureate and royal historiographer, but or historiographer. That's right, historiographer. Sorry. But poverty-stricken, he died in the Mint at Southwark, trying to keep away and hiding from his creditors. Bad story there. Anyway, he writes these words, which of course are just a story, aren't they? While shepherds watched their flocks by night, all seated on the ground, the angel of the Lord came down and glory shone around. It is a story. It is only a story. That's what it is. It's one of those hymns which was developed. This is in the very, very earliest of the 18th century, probably the late 17th century. He wrote it so that people who otherwise wouldn't necessarily read the scriptures would be able to remember some of the words of the scriptures simply by singing the hymn that they had sung over and over again, or the carol in this case. So it's a great story, which I'm not going to go through because you know it probably very well, but it ends with all glory be to God on high and to the earth be peace. It's a real crescendo at the end. Goodwill henceforth from heaven to men begin and never cease. And seeing that it is a story and that story has got crescendo in it on various places. The angel of the Lord came down and glory shone around. You wonder why you're singing it to which is a kind of very gentle common meter tune. Not particularly inspiring. Perhaps that's why it is not the most popular tune in the hymn books. There's a thing. Okay, the most popular tune, that was Winchester Old. The most popular tune is one called Christmas, which when I listened to it, I'd never heard before. And I do wonder whether the publishers of hymn books looked at the choice between Winchester Old and Christmas for a carol and went for Christmas automatically because it sounds like a more appropriate name. But it's played to so many things. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do this, but we'll see. Can you imagine singing while shepherds watch their flocks by night, to God rest ye merry gentlemen? Doesn't sound right at all, that doesn't, to the British anyway, but it's popular in other contexts. While shepherds watch their flocks by night, all seated on the ground, the angel of the Lord came down and glory shone around. Fear not, said he, for mighty dread had seized their troubled mind. Glad tidings of great joy I bring to you and all mankind. Yes, I'm not too sure about that one. But it also has been set to shepherds watch their flocks by night, all seated on the ground, which is It Came Upon a Midnight Clear tune. It's common meter, and there are 2,000 common meters tunes that you can sing it to. So you could equally sing it to while shepherds watch their flocks by night, all seat. But you wouldn't, would you? I mean, that's Amazing Grace. I can't imagine singing it to that. But it is set to no fewer than 43 different tunes in the hymn books that are available on the internet. 43 different tunes, and Winchester Old, the one we sing it to, is only the second favourite. And also I want to say it's because it's common metre, 8686 in terms of metre, 8 syllables, 6 syllables, 8686. It's iambic. Now I'm going to teach you something here, because iambic means that the stress is always on the second syllable of the line. So and it makes sense if I look at for example the first verse, while shepherds is more important than while, surely, and then all seated is more important than all. The angel is more important than the, and glory is more important than and you go through all of that and you will find that most of the time that second syllable is either the word or the beginning of a word that has got power in it, and that's why it almost breaks into it. This is what iambic in each line, it breaks into the second syllable from the first syllable, which just happens to be there as a useful addition. While shepherds watch their flocks by night, all seated on the ground, the angel of, you sing it like that as well. Probably not quite like that, but you sing it with that second syllable emphasis every time. Okay, so just one word then about the Winchester Old, which is the tune that was written to it. Don't know too much about this guy. It was probably written in 1597. And did I say anywhere along the line that is Nathan Tate? I don't think I did. That is Nathan Tate. I'm going to have my hair done like that when I grow up. Winchester Old, written by George Kirby, born in Bury St Edmunds, died in Bury St Edmunds. It's an adaptation of an earlier tune, not very interesting tune in my view, but it's one that everybody knows, at least in the UK, for While Shepherds Watch Their Flocks by Night. And here it is.